Hi, this is Rob, and I thought I'd give a bit of a work in progress on Quigs, which is the IDE for Symbos. As you can see here, this is the basic editor, and if I open one of my current projects, which is chess, open, you can see here, there's the chess code, so you can see it's a full language. And it also has the graphics attached as well. So if we go back to there, we can now compile that. There we go, compile. It'll take a few seconds, and okay, we can drop this down. And if I go through to WinApe, my friendly CPC emulator, there we go. I can just press F5, get my snapshot from there, open, click that, and there you go, chess. So if I play as white, low skill because I have no ability. If I start the game, I go there, there, there you go. I am a terrible chess player. Anyway, that's not what I want to show you. The next, that's actually quite an advanced program, but the next thing I want to show you is, if we close down WinApe, is the new G9K part of Quigs. So let's go there. I've just got that there. I'll quickly explain this project. As you can see, it's the G9K is obviously a graphics card, which was commonly used on the MSX, but now we can use it on the CPC and the Enterprise as well. And as you can see there, what I've got in my graphics area is I've got a number of sheets which are set up, so I can. So for instance, here's Sonic here. If I load that in, I can show you a bit of Sonic there. I set that up to be a pattern or a sprite for the G9K, and I create the sheet. I then go back onto, so you can see there's the number of sprites. So 1, 2, 3, there's 16 sprites on each line. So each Sonic takes up 6 sprites. So anyway, if I go back to the code, you can see this is the opening part of the file. It will just load the first sheet into the pattern layer A. There's 2 pattern layers on the G9K, each with 64 by 64 tiles of 8 by 8, which means there's an area of 512 pixels by 512 pixels on which we can draw tiles. And we can load tiles into one of the many pattern areas. So if we look at the first sheet, which is just basically a font, so that will be pattern 1 all the way through to pattern 95, because there's 96 on here, and these will be patterns after. So that's the background layer, which would be on layer B, layer B being the back layer, layer A being the layer in front, and then there's the sprites which can go in between, or in front of A or behind A. But there we go. So we also load sprites into the pattern A area, which we can see sheet 4 is our Sonic. There you go, sheet 4. So we can see, we go back to the code. If we go back up to the actual main loop, you'll see there's a little bit here which is basically controlling getting the mouse information, and we're going to control the scrolling slightly with that. And this is to set the actual position of the single 6 sprite Sonic, because Sonic takes up 6 sprites, and also we're going to do a little bit of animation, and we're going to do it every 5 frames. We're going to do Sonic moving once, so that's every 5 frames on a mod 5. We're going to update this sprite patterns. Okay, let's just have a compile of that and drop that down. And again, here we are. We have to go into Open MSX, as it's currently the only emulator which supports the G9K. If I start that and bring the emulator in, I warn you, it does take a little time to load on a standard G9 or on a standard MSX2. That's because the disk drive is so slow on this system. Let's just boot up Symbos. And of course the benefit of running within Symbos for these games is that it also allows us to add multimedia functionality. It also allows us to add networking, so we can do network games if we want. So I'll just change that to be the MSX source, and there is Symbos on the MSX in 16 colours. So if we go to run, I browse that, I can select the floppy, oops, sorry, select, it should go to black screen. This is the loading. It does actually take a little while, but hopefully it's worth it, as you'll see a nice little Sonic running around. And it shows the power of the G9K, and hopefully the games that we can develop with it in the future. So obviously this does take a little while. Off a hard drive this takes about a second, and obviously off modern multimedia devices like a USB stick it also takes a fraction of a second. But there we go, we can see Sonic running on a parallax background, and I can move him around and the screen kind of shifts nicely. So there you go, you get a real idea of what we can achieve with the new G9K extension in the Quigs language. Hopefully there's a lot more to do with it, but it will be released sometime around 3.1 release of Symbos. Thanks a lot. Okay, catch you next time.